Okay, I think we are live. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. So, just waiting for people to hop in here. It's kind of getting my coffee on, got ready. It's the afternoon. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, guys. To all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day to you guys. I'm already seeing posts from husbands that are acknowledging their wives of just being an amazing mom and a wife to them. So I like seeing that. I like being able to see how husband boasts about their wife, because you actually don't we actually don't see that every day, right? It's not something that guys do on like a day-to-day basis to a bunch of other people. So yes, just wanted to give a shout out to the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day, you guys. Tomorrow is your day, is our day. I'm a mother of 3. Anyway, so gosh, so I just wanted to hop in here and share about a topic. Then the topic to trying to reconnect. Oh my gosh, hopefully I can, my internet connection here is working okay. Anyways, so the topic is fear, conquering your fear, you guys. So about 10-15 minutes ago, I just got off a phone call with my mentor in business, both of my mentors actually. There's a man and a woman that mentors me throughout self-development, challenges and stuff like that I face on a day-to-day basis, being a business owner. But in the essence of that, I love it because they're actually pushing me outside my boundaries and my limit. I've never actually been pushed this far outside my comfort zone. But then again, just remembering that, and I'm like, right now I'm shaking inside because as y'all know, people that knows me, my weakness and my biggest fear is presentation and just being in front of a bunch of people and talking about something purposeful, you know? So this month, our church, I attend Mosaic Church, and so our lead pastor there, topic about fear, being a fighter. So that's actually our series this month, I believe. It goes on till the end of the month. Hi, Sierra. But anyhow, I love the topic only because I know everybody is fighting some kind of battle inside of them. It might not be just a battle, like physical battle. It could be emotional, mental, and as for me, I'd say emotional and mental, because now I have been positioned where I know that my biggest fear is my emotion and just being mentally prepared. Hi, Ate Naz. Hi, Ate. How are you? So last night, our D group topic was actually perfect because, like I always say to my D group is I'm never able to actually answer or can present without my husband being beside me. So opposite, because a lot of the ladies in our D group, they say that one of the ladies shared that the women are always the one talking. It's actually opposite of us. I always allow my husband to talk because that is my challenge for myself. I can never process like I am right now. I can never process my thoughts together, and it's hard. Like for me, it's hard. Sometimes like I talk too much. Hi, Jenica. Sometimes I tend to jitter in some areas and I lose focus on what I wanted to talk about. So, but today I just wanted to come on here and just talk about conquering your fear. So I want to share with you guys the question that my husband was asked to answer last night, and he actually has an answer for that as well. So I shared that with our Bible study group. He just dropped me a voice note because he couldn't join with us last night. So, but my thought on that, as I was looking at it, that question was perfect. It's definitely like it totally hit me. It hit us because we actually talk about this all the time, and where we want to see ourselves in the next 2 years, 3 years, maybe 5 years down the road, and just everything that we have gone through in the past. For those of you that knows us, you guys obviously know where and how and why we're here today. So yes, I just wanted to start off with just sharing with you guys a poem. Actually, I told my D group that Nelson Mandela wrote this, but just wanted to clarify that, guys, if you guys are watching. It's actually a poem written by Marianne Williamson. So I heard this from a convention my husband and I attended 3 years ago, and it resonated in me, but I could actually never say it point on point because it's too long. So I'm just going to read it to you guys. But this is definitely something that resonated and manifested in my life because everybody needs this, right? So, hi, Annabelle. How are you guys? Happy Mother's Day. So, just wanted to read it. The poem is called Our Greatest Fear. So, there was two paragraphs in the poem that I really love in this. And it starts off by, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frighten us. Ooh, hang on. So we tend to ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. So that, hi Hoyt, hi Pastor. So that actually, those two sentences in that poem resonated in me when I heard that because it said exactly like that. And at the time, I'm like, well, the first two sentences are the one that stuck out the most to me. But then as you actually read it, it made sense because who are we not to be these things, right? Who are we not to be brilliant, not to be gorgeous, not to be talented and fabulous? Because you know what? We are a child of God. We present all of that, right? Sometimes we just tend to forget that we are who we are because of everything else that's happening, right? So I wanted to share with you guys how I kind of put that and aligned that in the question that was given to my husband last night. And the question was, every warrior's greatest pain is regret. And of course, my husband says, he doesn't really have a regret in that essence. The only thing that he really could think of, if you think of the pain, was probably not being able to do what he wanted to do for himself, only because he is brought up and he matured pretty fast with responsibilities and all that stuff. He says the things that he wanted to do for himself, he couldn't do because there's other people, like people meaning his mom, his siblings that are counting on him. Hi, Inga. That was counting on him to be able to deliver the responsibilities that's basically bestowed on him at that very moment, right? So, yeah, he says maybe that he's still trying to comprehend or trying to think of what would be the regret, because my husband is very optimistic. He's always saying, I don't have a regret. I never regret anything that has happened. It's the lessons you learn having that or going through that or even making the mistakes in your life. Hi, Ate Jean. Happy Mother's Day. So, yes, the lesson. The important thing in there is the lesson you learn when you fail. When you fail forward and keep going. And just basically when you fail, you can look back, but don't go back to it, right? don't do the exact same thing, because if you do the exact same thing, it just means the lesson that was taught there, basically you've never really grasped it, and by going back and doing it again, what lessons was there, what lesson was taught to you. Yeah, so anyways, I'm going off topic. This is what I mean. So the question was, every warrior's greatest pain is regret, and he was asked, what would be your greatest regret at the end of this year if you don't take action on it? Hi, Ate Charlie. So our answer to that, we kind of talked about this. Actually, we talked about this prior that question was given to us, which is nice, because we're like, oh, perfect. That question is, the things we always talk about, and where we see ourselves and all that kind of stuff. So it was perfect. So that question was assigned to us by Kuya Gani and Ate Ethel on our D group. So just wanted to share, just kind of incorporating what I just read about our Deepest Fear poem by Marianne Williamson. So our answer is, our greatest fear is not because we are inadequate of the things we can do in life, or fight in the battles fight the battles in front of us. Why? Because you know what? Sometimes it's just our head, or our thinking, small thinking of ourselves, saying that we can't do this, when actually, technically, God had already instilled that in us. He's already prepared us, like he created us on earth, right? So he equipped us to be able to do these things. Now, honestly, in my honest opinion, and it doesn't have to be your guys' opinion too, the battles we fight, it's not the outside battles that we have, it's the inside that, we fight. It's ourselves that we fight. So yes, and just kind of going into our question here is like, what would be our greatest regret? And this is as a family. We talked about it and discussed this before. Is not being able to stay long enough on the path towards our journeys and goals that we said we were going to do, to only going back to our default plan because we did not, or we were not willing to go through the trenches, overcome our fear, like I need to overcome my fear on being here in front of you guys. And we'll be going in front of a lot more people than you guys that are viewing me right now. Hi, Teresa. And championing it. So our pastor at the beginning of our series, he asked us to pray to have a heart of a champion. So what that means for myself, I don't know what that would mean for you guys. Hi, Diane. Is championing out all of these things, all of the battles that you guys fight inside of you, right? So whatever that may look like, I'm not sure, because that would be you guys that can answer that, right? So, and which actually only means that we allow ourselves, like we allow our fear to overpower, we allow our inner chicken to overpower what we are created to do, what we are supposed to do. Hi, Ate Lenny. So yes, every one of us, we are warrior created to fight over our fears, to battle adversity against our inner chicken. God has given us the power to fight our inner fears through the Holy Spirit that lives in us, right? And when that happened, this I actually took off from my mentor. He says, when that happens, and it's not just, it's not just a business side, it actually means in your day-to-day life. Like you can actually apply this in your life. So which means here, I'm applying it by fighting through my inner fear. So, and then he says, when that happens, when you're able to overcome that, whatever that fear is, you need to transcend it, and only he can take the glory on that. He can take the glory alone, because he instilled that. Hi, Ate Diane. He instilled that in us to overcome, to fight that, and basically champion it out, because that's what we're created to do. And you just need to find that in you to go through it. Like one of one of one of my sister in Christ told me, she's like, Jess, that is your Jordan. So fight that Jordan, right? That's the Jordan you gotta overcome. So I'm like, yes, it is, definitely, and I'm not gonna say no. I've been given the opportunity to do this for my team, and I'm talking about business aspect here now, do it for my team, so that they can actually be able to create what we've created for us, and create it for themselves. So I'm like, oh my gosh, can I really do this? And he asked me a question. Are you willing to do it? Yes or no? There's only two questions. There's only two answers. And what would that be? And obviously I said yes, because why? It's our family's future that's sitting on that. And if I said no, it's like saying, I don't want to do it for my family. I'm just going to give up. So basically, fear is in every, can be in any aspects of your life, what you're going through. What that is, I guess, is just, finding the willingness to overcome it. I still have to battle that out of me. And that's why I'm coming on live to you guys here today, because I know it is not my strongest, definitely not my strongest. But I know I've been positioned to actually do it and overcome it at this time of my life. And very blessed because, hi Kuya Melvin, because I am being, I am being put outside my limit, outside my boundaries at the very early stage of self-development. And I know that, whatever I'm asked or what I'm told that I needed to do, it's for my self-growth. And in the business aspect, it's for my teams. It's for my team to be able to look in and also be like, hey, we could do that too. There's always been that fire inside of me to be able to create something that's extraordinary. I just didn't know how to do it. And now somebody's actually asking me, do it, because, that lives in you. It lives in you and it needs to come out. So I am very grateful to be able to have a mentor that is actually pushing me to do that, because nobody's ever actually done that for me. and I'm getting a bit emotional, crazy, but I just wanted to share with you guys that, and also wanting to incorporate the question we were asked last night to share. It's a personal question, so we don't want to go back to our default. That's why, as early as now, and even in this pandemic, everybody's thinking about, right now is not a good time. Right now, we're in the middle of a pandemic. What is built? What is built when you are still? In the Bible, it says, be still and know that I'm your God. So, I didn't also know. Hi, Jessa. I didn't also know what that meant until I started actually even digging deeper and extracting what the Bible says, or what's written in the Bible, because I have a lack of understanding on things that are in depth. And I have my husband to thank for that, because he's always if I have questions, or if I feel like I don't have the knowledge, or even the brain to think of, just thinking outside what my brain capacity, he's always like, think about it this way. Hi, Ate Ethel from Calgary. He's like, think about it this way. There's a lot of different answers to that, but the only answer you can apply, or you can extract from that, is what you're going through at that very moment, because it's very different for every single one of us. So yes, being exerted out of your comfort zone, and sometimes the pressure, but good pressure. And even that, the good pressure is taught in the Bible as well. Like having pressure, having that good pressure is also good for yourself, for self-growth, right? Hi, Ate Lani. I'm just talking about the question we were given last night. Michael was given last night. Just kind of sharing with you guys because because now today I've been positioned in a place where my greatest fear is actually going to come out now. So now I'm like totally off topic. So if you really think about it, you guys, in your day-to-day basis and just in every aspect of your life, if you are fighting a battle that you feel like you haven't won or haven't been winning on, it's because you have not included Christ. If you've not included our like our highest provider, or what do I say? Anyways, you have not included him. You have not included God in your battles, because without him in there, sometimes you would feel like you can't, and not feel like you can't do it. You can't do it alone. If you're fighting a battle that you have not won or cannot overcome, is because you haven't included him in your fight. You have to include him in your fight at all times. And if there are things that you wanted to do in life, if there are things that you wanted to achieve, always centered him, like always have him in the center on that, because he would give you the strength to execute whatever that is, right? I mean, if we just rely on our own strength, and this is tested, this I can say was tested by myself. If you rely on your own strength, you would be depleted, 100% be depleted. So anyways, guys, that's all I have for today. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing weekend. And again, happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there. At the Ethel, happy Mother's Day. Guys, ladies that knows me, our friends, happy Mother's Day everywhere. Happy Mother's Day to my mom, to my aunties. You guys are amazing. Have played an important role in my life. So yes, anyways, guys, hopefully you guys have an amazing day. I am going to hop off. Have a good one.